Thanks for dropping in. In this song lesson on Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, you're going to be surprised what you can do with mostly just a 2-chord song. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. This is Maggie May. I'm Kevin. I've got my wife Vicki behind the camera.
Hello.
And we're excited to show you another classic rock favorite, so let's get going. In this song lesson, we're using pretty much just 2 chords. Now, one of those is an F chord, but we're going to start the verse by using an F major 7 chord. And it's going to sound perfectly fine using this version. So one thing to remember for this F major 7, which will become important later on here in the lesson, is that you're going to be using the 4th string as the root of this chord. And that'll make more sense later. And a G chord. F and G, those are the 2 chords pretty much in this entire song, except for the instrumental, which we'll get to. But there's a lot of different ways you can play these F and G chords. So throughout this lesson, I'm going to show you a couple of different options. Maggie May might be showing you some as well. Do you want to say hi again? I'm going to show you a couple of different options you can use for these F and G chords. And kind of depending on your level, you can kind of choose which one works best for you. And I encourage you to maybe get a little adventurous and step out of the comfort zone a little bit and try some new things here. So be sure and stick around to the end of this lesson. We'll do a playthrough and you can play along with me, and we'll cover where to use these different shapes and these strum patterns in the different parts of the song. So for this verse, we're going to be using an F major 7 chord, and for our G chord, we're going to be just playing an open G chord. Now, if you are a true beginner, you can use this pattern and it will sound really good through the whole song. So if you're new, and even if you're not, it's a good strum pattern to know. It's a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we have that F major 7, G, F major 7, G. Now one thing to keep track of, to make sure you're not playing this 6th string, this is kind of what I mentioned before. For this F major 7, I like to hold my thumb or lay my thumb on my neck here of the guitar and let just the fat part of my thumb rest against this 6th string. That way it's muted, because you really don't want to have...
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that at all. So mute that 6th string with your thumb, a little tip there. And so this is the verse. Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. It's that part. So F major 7, G. Now if you're a little further along, here's what I was doing at the beginning of this video. So another option for you, and what I'm doing there, I'm still using the F major 7 and the G's, as you can tell. But for the strum pattern, it's a combination of strumming and picking. So I'm doing a bass, which is, for that F major 7, you want to hit here like the 4th and 3rd strings. Not super precise, but in the middle of your strings here. You're doing a bass down, then you're going to individually pick on an up pick here, upstroke, the 1st and 2nd string, and then do a down up. So bass down 1, 2, down up. And when I say 1, 2, that's the strings. Bass down 1, 2, down up. The G, you're going to do this bass strum here on the 6th string, like 6th and 5th string. Bass down 1, 2, down up. Bass down 1, 2, down up. So you have this. Yeah, I like it. So now it sounds really good, and it's going to sound good to play along with the record, which I always encourage you to do. But this is not what's on the record. So a lot of what I'm showing today is kind of just how I've kind of tinkered with the song a little bit, because some parts of this record, there aren't guitar parts happening. There can be strings, there's some slide guitar, lots of great stuff happening. Lindsey Buckingham. Genius. But when you're listening to the record, this will sound good playing along with it, but it's not exactly how they're playing it. But that's okay. At Relax and Learn Guitar, I say, if it sounds good, it is good. So that's your option for the verse. Now for the pre-chorus, which is the part of heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering, that piece you can still just stick to the down, down, up, or down, down, up, down, up. Just back and forth with the F major 7 and G. Or you can do this embellishment, which will sound like this. Just adds a little more interest. And it kind of breaks things up, especially if you're playing this song by yourself. So what I'm doing there are, guess what? F and G's. We've got F major 7. I'm just going to that, the more beginner strum pattern for these. So down, down, up, down, up, to a G7. So this is what I meant by kind of getting a little out of your comfort zone. G7 chord is a ring finger on the 6th string 3rd fret. And then you're going to mute the 5th string with the fat part of your ring finger. So this is when fat fingers come in handy. So you have a 6th string 3rd fret, 5th string muted, open on the 4th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And then you're going to play, your index finger is going to fret the 1st string, 1st fret. That's a G7. I like to exaggerate the first strum of these patterns. So you have and that's an F add 9 chord, which is F major 7, add your pinky to the 1st string 3rd fret, back to the G7. So by doing that, you create a nice little high-end melody on that high E string. Just something to add in there. So if you've not listened to this record, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, man, is it amazing. Great stories there. So evidently, Stevie Nicks, who sings this song amazingly, wrote this one for Lindsey Buckingham. They were a couple at the time and had a little conflict, and actually bad for their conflict, but good for us. Lindsey wrote Go Your Own Way to kind of sing that to Stevie. Stevie wrote Dreams for him. So just a cool little history thing there. The other thing you can do is if you have not checked out the lesson I did on triads, check that lesson out. We'll leave it up here, or Vicky can put it in a link below. And you can actually get by with this song playing 3 strings. The top 3 strings. So for these triad shapes, I'm just using my index finger to bar strings 1 and 2 on the 1st fret, and my middle finger is playing the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. That's actually an F major triad. Move it up 2 frets to a G major triad. If you watch that lesson when you're done with this one, it'll make a lot more sense, but you can do a lot with triads too. And it fits nicely in with this song. Then we get to the iconic chorus, thunder only happens when it's raining, and players only love you when they're playing. I mean, come on. So again, F and G chords. This time we're going to play, I like playing an F bar chord for the chorus because it really gives you that nice low tone and breaks things up, changes things up again between that verse and chorus. Now, you can also play F major 7 there if you like. That's totally fine. Just remember to mute that 6th string. Now, there is a specific strum pattern for the chorus. That F gets a down, 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 up, down, up. And the G gets down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, if you're counting it. Such a cool part, and I always recommend to like slow it down first. So start slow, speed comes with time, but learn it correctly first, quickly later. You get that chorus part with that strum pattern. And then the only other part of the song is the instrumental, and there is one more chord. We need an A minor chord for one measure during this instrumental. So the instrumental is the part where I would go back to the down, down, up, down, up. So you have the F major 7 for one strum pattern, the G for 2, back to the F major 7 for 1, A minor for one pattern, G, twice, and the F major 7. So grab that guitar, it's time for you to relax, learn some guitar, play along with me. I am going to attempt to sing this. I am obviously no Stevie Nicks, but I like to sing and play guitar, so that's what I do. I encourage you to do the same thing. So we're going to start with the F major 7 and the G, and I will kind of be mixing things up if you want to follow along here. So 3, 2, 1. Again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad, in the stillness of remembering what you had, what you lost, what you had, what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know. Just a 2-chord song, but so much you can do with it, so enjoy that. And if you'd like to check out the other half of this story, like I mentioned before, you can check out this lesson on Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. Enjoy that one. As always, you want to say goodbye? As always, Vicky, Maggie, and I thank you for your views and your support here on YouTube, and we will see you for the next lesson. Until then, remember, you're never too old to learn. And let's see if I can take it out here.